Alright, let's start with the obvious. Number one. So, because the only main issue that was happening last night was just being able to follow that click after it got past 140. So, even though it's only 5 beats per minute faster than last time, it's still an increase, and you do have more notes being picked, so you will be pushing yourself a little bit more. And as a reminder, since that's the whole rhythmic pattern that happens there, because basically you have a full bar of 16th notes, and then you have a second bar where you have 16th notes for the first 3 beats, and then a quarter note, and that keeps repeating every 2 bars. So, do yourself a favor and just go from 60 to 140 for at least the first couple days, going 60, 65, 70, 75, so on, just to make sure that you got the rhythm okay. Now, the goal is going to be to get this whole thing done first, to be able to play that before you go to the 1.5, which is basically like the addition one. So this is kind of like the option here. The most important thing is to get this done and then add that on after the other one is completed. So the main things to work on starting off is exercises 1, 2, and 3. Add in exercise 1.5 after exercise 1 is completed. Okay, speaking of number 1, so, and if you need to, go ahead and count it before you play it, even at the 140. It's fast, but it's still doable. So, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. Tap your foot when you do this too. That'll help you stay on the beat. Alright, so I'm going to run through 1.5. So again, go ahead and count it if you need to. Not a bad idea. Tapping the foot. And 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. I played it wrong. Let's try that again. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. So then after you're able to play all of exercise 1, and then you add 1.5, and you can go from start to finish on both of those, then try and play it 2 times through, and just kind of like last time, just add repetitions. Yeah, I think that covers it there. So on to number 2. I see that I put this as a quarter note instead of a whole note. Oops. Trying to think if there's anything special about this. Kind of do what you were starting to do, you know, work each thing up one piece at a time. I don't know why that says 150. Okay, I think I know why. Oh boy. We've been doing 100. Has it been 150? I thought it was 120. Hang on, let me check your stuff real quick. I'm pretty sure 120 is what it should be. bring it up right now. Let's see, let's look at last time. Why are you not coming up? Thank you. Yeah, 120. Okay. I didn't change the tempo when I was writing the new thing. So 120 is where it should be. I will definitely say that in the email, so you're not like trying to go faster than need be. Eventually you'll be playing that fast with stuff like this, but don't want to push it just yet. Okay, so 120 is what you're working up to. So yeah, work up each little chunk as much as you need to. I would definitely memorize what this is before you try playing it with a metronome. So learn the music first, then apply it to the metronome. So this way you're not trying to do too many things at once. So here's what it should sound like. In fact, you know what? I'm going to run through it myself without the metronome just to make sure I'll play it okay. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that last part's optional. Okay, let me just run through this and then do it with the metronome. So again, break it down to small parts. Learn this before you do it with the metronome. I would learn like 2 bars at a time. So try and memorize that. Memorize that, and then work on those 2 bars. Just add a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. All right, so. That sounds... Oh, God. Okay, that's a bit better. Mads. Ugh. Here we go. So I am doing a finger roll on these 2 notes. My index finger is kind of flat here, and then I roll it more onto the tip to go to the G string. So kind of flat on the B string, kind of on the tip on the G string. So that's happening there. All right. Just big things to be careful about is like here, when you're going into this kind of a gallop rhythm here. So you see you're doing a lot of hammer-on pull-off stuff here, so you just got to make sure you wait for the right part of the count to perform the hammer-on or pull-off there. So as long as your technique is good, you'll be able to have the notes ring out. So, and I know you can do it, just that's the thing to be careful of. So that's what it feels like to me, where I need to be careful. So, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So it might be a bit challenging. What I want you to, focus on the most is accuracy. So 120 is the goal speed. But let's say, what if you can only comfortably play it at 100? That's okay. Just get it to where you can. I want you to be able to play the whole thing. And if you only get to 100, that's fine. But goal speed is 120. So I'm just saying that because I know this is not the easiest thing to play. So yeah, accuracy is the most important thing. I think that covers everything from yesterday. But if any questions come up, definitely let me know. And I will see you again on Friday.